What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. It is Tuesday, the 3rd of March, 2020. Let's get you on a recap and a free play. Let me set this pen down. Oh, shit. Real quietly. Mr. Lou in my comments might get pissed off if he hears any paper or a pen being set down too aggressively. I wouldn't want to give him any more reason to waste his life in the comment section. So anyway, good day, great day. I've been in a good mood all day, and so the charity donation that we announced day one, guys, I was overwhelmed by the amount of people that wanted to get involved. There was people that had actually done stuff with the organization before and I didn't even know it, some clients of mine, and they knew that I was involved. But, the conversation had just never come up about what they had done. There was somebody that told me that in the community that either they live in or they're from, or maybe it's both. Maybe they still live where they're from. Um, that the Cal Ripken Foundation had gone through and, revamped that area, when it comes to what they do. Um, so a ton of donations, and like I said, big or small, it doesn't matter. It was a bunch of small donations, $25, $50, $100, but every bit counts, guys. So I was overwhelmed by the amount of support, people wanting to get in. And I even had people reaching out to me on Twitter, people that follow me whom I don't know. They're not my clients. Um, People that have just been following me for a couple of days that heard about it and went and looked it up. They're like, you know what? I want to do something too. Can't do much. I can do $25, $30, $40, whatever. And I was like, man, listen, anything you do, I'm not looking down on it. I am beyond overwhelmed and thankful for what you guys did. I really do think we're going to hit our goal. What I told you guys yesterday that I was going to do was, obviously, if you wanted to make a $50, $100 donation, whatever it was, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. The organization thanks you. These kids are going to thank you. And that's great. Awesome. But if you wanted to make a little bit more sizable donation, like we had somebody today donate $1,000. I gave that person a 1-year all access pass on me. They went in, they reached out to me and they said, how do we do it? And I said, well, it's just this link you can go click on and it goes right to the funding page of it. You'll see all the details. You can pay it right then, however you choose to pay it. And I'll get a notification through email that it's come through, as well as the member of the organization that's also tied to that. He sees everything that comes in. So went in and they said, I want to donate this amount. At first, I didn't read it right, and I thought it was $100. And that, again, that's fine. But then when I went back and looked at it, I was like, wait a minute. He said $1,000. And I was like, maybe he mistyped it, whatever. A few minutes later, boom, here it comes. $1,000. And this is a customer of mine, somebody that has bought for me in the past, week packages, month packages. And I think that they had purchased baseball from me. Well, I went ahead and went into their account, boom, 1-year all access. And again, like I said, I was going to do that to a few people, and I'm going to do it to 3 more. That's what I've made the decision to do, is do it to 3 more. So I've done it to 2 people so far where they've made donations like that, and I've turned around and given them that package on me. I'm covering the processing fees. I'm covering the commission for my investor. So all that's taken care of, and obviously I'm providing all the plays. So, and you're getting Patrick's NASCAR too. The 1-year all access, it includes his NASCAR, and so I pay him out of my pocket for what he would have to sell a season. So I'm doing all that. I've done it to 2 people. I'm going to do it to 3 more. If you are considering making a donation of that size, don't do it without letting me know first, because I want to give you this. But I'm only going to do it to 3 more. I mean, I can only do it to so many, because of what it is actually costing out of my pocket to do so. And plus, I'm matching every donation dollar for dollar. So I got to be careful what I do before I end up committing to uh, 50, 60 grand here out of nowhere. But if you want it, I have a meeting tomorrow. Well, a meeting. I have a conference call with them tomorrow at 10:30 or excuse me, 9:30 in the morning. It's supposed to last until about 10:15. I would love to have those three people picked out. If you want to email me, chase@chasewins.com and say, listen, I was thinking about donating anyway, and I'll say, okay, perfect, go ahead. It'll come to me. Let me know what your name will come up as, and once it comes through with the confirmation number, I will go into your account on chasewins.com and boom, I'll give it to you. If you're not a member at chasewins.com, sign up for an account before you make that donation. You don't have to purchase anything. Just go in, sign up. That way you have a username and password. Send me the username, and then as soon as I see your donation come through, which obviously you're not making the donation on my website, it's separate. But when I see it come through, I'll go in. You can get all plays for a year, all access, every game of the week, month, year, Patrick's NASCAR, every play that I have, all of my baseball. There's nothing that will be released on this site that you don't have access to for 365 days. So take advantage, guys. I know, again, don't do it just to, well, I guess you can. A donation's a donation, but don't feel as though I'm just, going to give this to 20 people that decide they want to do it. I'm giving it to 3 people or 3 more people. So, I hope that won't turn people away from donating. But like I said, I'm matching dollar for dollar already, so I have to be very careful with what I do there. So, and like I said, before you donate, reach out to me. Say, hey, Chase, this is what I was going to do. Am I still able to get this? And I'll tell you straight up. And we'll take care of you. But being that I've got that conference call with them in the morning, we're going to go over the initial numbers, look at how much longer we've got, because there's only a certain amount of time to do this, because then not only do, they get the money and they'll have it and everything will be good, paperwork will be done, but then I'm actually going to get to go out and present them with, a check. It'll be more for show than anything else, for, PR and stuff, because they'll already have the money. But I want that. I want it, that to have it. So we have it for record. You guys have it for record. And then we're going to get some more details tomorrow as to when they hope to complete this next facility that they're doing. And they're hoping to do it this summer, where some of you guys can come out if you want to, or we can get our video cast done that we're going to be doing, as well as we're already got 2 podcasts set up for when I go up there. So that'll be great. But let me know. Like I said, I've got a conference call with him in the morning at 9:30. It's already the morning. It's 1:30. But I'm up doing my final power rankings for college basketball for the season. It's bittersweet. This will be the last time I have to do this, because then we're into conference tournaments and then tournament play. So won't really need to do full power rankings, because it's a crapshoot at that point. You have your conference tournaments, and then after that, that's not going to do you a lot of good, because it doesn't matter what you've seen in the regular season. Toss that out the window. You go look at what you've seen here recently, how the teams match up. So after I complete this will be what I go off of for just initial assessment. Plus, me watching the games from here on out. So March Madness package, $199. It's on the website. Get it, because after this weekend, March Madness is going to start. And as soon as those conference tournaments start, from that point, every play that we have, daily top play and premium, you will get. So get the March Madness package. It's $199. If you don't want to get that package and you do want to get March Madness plays, but you want to be able to get the other sports, go buy a 1-month pass for $299. That'll get you everything, premium and daily top plays in all sports. It does not include Patrick's NASCAR. Or you can do the same thing for 3 days or 7 days, starting at $50. So, yep, I think that's it. Like I said, I've got that call with him at 9:30 in the morning. It's supposed to last till 10:30. I'm going live at 11 a.m. I'd love to, by the time I go live at the latest, to have those 3 people picked out, and that way, because I am having to run to my office for a little while and then I may be there about an hour, get the plays done. Plays will be out earlier than normal tomorrow. And then I've got 2 off-site meetings late tomorrow afternoon. And then my daughter has practice again. We had a scrimmage tonight that went for a long time, but we absolutely slaughtered that team. But in AAU, they won't call a mercy rule. So that was good. Parents hated me, but we absolutely dismantled them. So we've got practice tomorrow, 6:30. So 6 o'clock, I'll be calling it a day. But I want to get all this done. I'd love to get that done. And obviously, the donations are going to be able to go through the week. But if anybody's wanting to reap the benefits of a $4,000 package for, a quarter of that, but you will be paying the money to the donation, make sure that you let me know. The earlier the better. That's why I know that it may be 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm going to get this video up tonight because I'm going to be up for a few more hours working anyway. All right, recap. Recap for Monday. And I told you guys yesterday, coming off of Sunday, great day in college basketball, good day in the NBA, that we were going to have a week where I plan on killing all 7 days. It's not easy to go out there and profit 7 consecutive days. It's normal for even people that actually do this and know what they're doing to not have 1 day or 2 days in a 7-day period where you kind of break even or just barely lose a little bit. It's normal, and that doesn't scare me. What I care about is the number at the end of the week and at the end of the month and at the end of the year and season. But I told everybody, I said, this is my favorite week of college basketball as far as from a betting standpoint besides the first 3 weeks. And it is this is my favorite week of true college basketball, where we're talking about conference play, true matchups versus the first week. And the only other time that I like more from a betting standpoint is the first 3 weeks, where I can tackle conferences that nobody's been paying attention to. And I've been watching them watching every move they make in the offseason, their exhibition games that they have, their practice reports that are live, and I hammer those people to get out to a huge profitable jump start before we start getting into real competitive action. I've done it every year like that, and it's always worked out. We're sitting in the mid-70s when we do that, going into real basketball. So, but this, as a fan, as an investor, this is my favorite week of the regular season. It's senior night, places, coming from last week to now. And a lot of things are on the line. It may not change the fate of a lot of people, but it will change how everything plays out. So I'm telling you right now, if you're not on a package this week, you will be sorry come Sunday when you go, shit, I missed out on all that. Now it's NASCAR day to cap it all off with a huge Sunday like I always have. Just like Fridays, we go out there and damn near sweep the board on Sundays. And then we have Patrick to follow it up with a huge profitable race card. And we're going to do that by capping off what's going to be probably the best week we've had so far of 2020 as a whole. So get ready. If you're not on it, don't say I didn't warn you. All right. Recap. We went 1-1 in the NHL. We had the Colorado Avalanche. We played them twice. We played them in regulation, minus a half goal, and then we also played them on the puck line. We knew Detroit was going to score first. How many times have I said it on video and on live shows that that's what Detroit does? You can almost bet your mortgage on it that when Detroit plays, it doesn't matter how good of a team they're playing, where they're playing, if they're on a back-to-back, if they've been rested for 2 weeks, Detroit's going to score first. And I don't know why they allow them to do it every time, but you can almost set your watch by it. It happens fast, and it happens damn near every single game. Well, then Colorado comes back. They tie it up. But what killed me about Colorado is even though they were killing them on shots, on shot attempts, they were killing them on faceoffs. They were killing them on takeaways. Detroit was giving the puck away over and over while Colorado was not. Hits in the neutral zone, they were killing them on. Offensive and defensive zone hits, legal hits, they were killing them on. They weren't just beating them in every category. They were manhandling them in every category, but they were taking poor shots. They were going out there and taking it from damn near back at the blue line. That's not what Colorado does. They don't do it on the road. They don't do it at home. They only do it when they're on like a no goalie situation where they have to have people up by the blue line to prevent somebody getting an empty net on them. They'll do it in power play situations when they're in the last 45 seconds and they have no other option except just trying to fire the puck as many times as they can in hopes to get a goal while the opposing team is one man down. But in regular play at full strength, you don't ever see Colorado take such, I don't want to say risky shots. There wasn't really much risky about it. It was just shots that were very, very unlikely. I mean, just had no shot. Detroit is a terrible hockey team. But guess what? They're still professional hockey players. You're not going to go, knuckle puck it back from the blue line every time and expect to walk away with something. I don't get it. I don't know why they did it, but they continued to do it. And had they actually played Colorado style hockey, I feel like they would have gone out there and probably scored 3 or 4 more goals. I know they had the ability to. I don't know why that was their decision to do that. But either way, we won regulation. We dropped the puck line as they did not take care of winning by a goal and a half. So we split there. Again, had somebody email me yesterday going, I think you might be a little bit too worried about NASCAR. Your NHL slumping. Why? Because I had 1 off week or 2 off days. I mean, we're over 65% in premium plays for the season. And for most of the season, we were well above 70%. We did have 1 bad week in hockey. And truth be told, it really wasn't even that bad of a week when you think about the financial side of it because we didn't play very much. But we dropped, 4 out of the 6 plays we had that week. It was bad. It was the first real bad week we had in hockey the entire year. But it didn't really matter that much because we've killed it unlike anyone else has been able to even dream of doing. Top plays, well into the 80 or well above 75%. Denver 80%. I'll have to check the physical numbers. We did drop a top play on Vegas, so that may have put us just under 80. We've still got some more big games coming up. We have another game of the year in hockey for the second half of the season coming up. I won't tell you when it is. It could be so close you could smell it. I'll just put it that way. Don't ask me when. When it comes, I'll release it. There's a possibility for a big game tonight. I don't know. I got to see who's going to dress and who's not. So, but guys, if you're going to sit there and play hockey with me all year, we have 1 bad week, and you got the nerve to say that, then either you are betting very poorly or you're just not playing as you're told. That's not my fault because hockey has been phenomenal. We could lose the rest of the season and we'd still make money. But we're still going to be well over 70% at the end of it, mark my words. So, went 1-1 there. NBA, we went 1-1 as well, but we had our top. Well, let's do college basketball first. College basketball, we should have swept. But remember what I said on video yesterday. Duke Blue Devils minus 12. That was a premium play. I didn't know on video yesterday if it would be, but it came to be a premium play. They took care of business. We took Howard. They were minus 1. Some people may have gotten it at 1.5, but we took them on the money line. 2 reasons. Number 1, I did think that it was going to be a close game because Howard does not know how to put games away, and minus $1.05 versus minus $1.10, and all they got to do is win. So it's the value. It's the smart wager. Took care of business. They won by 2. All we needed was the money line, so we cashed there. Baylor minus 7 is the play that we gave out for free yesterday. And what I tell you, I said if Baylor cannot cover this spread, they'll lose the game outright. Take that for what it is because they went to overtime. Texas Tech outplayed Baylor. And they did it at home. Baylor showed more weakness in that game than they did against TCU. And Texas Tech's a better team than TCU. But the difference is Baylor should have throttled that team, especially coming off of what they've done the last 2 games. You want to prove to me that you're still a top 10 team? You've proven to me that your number 1 ranking was shit. As I said it was. If nobody believes me now, 3 consecutive losses, only one of those losses was justified because it was Kansas. Now you go out there and lose to an unranked opponent, and then you lose to a Big 12 opponent whom, the way that it matches up, you had the upper hand in every single category, not to mention the home court. And you go into overtime where you better be lucky that Texas Tech missed that last, 3-pointer that they had taken down the stretch, or else they would have won that game in regulation, as I said would happen if Baylor didn't cover the spread. So they either cover the spread or they lose outright. Can't cap for overtime, so take that with a grain of salt. So we took the loss there. So 2-1, profitable day in college basketball. We get in the NBA. We went 1-1, but we had a good day because our top play was in the NBA. We took the Houston and the Knicks under 231. It was going our way up until about midway through the third quarter. Both teams opened up with flooded it with threes. New York was hitting well above their average, so that's what killed us. They put up about 19 points in the blink of an eye, which put it right there above where I needed it, and neither team really kind of slowed down from that point. So it wasn't terrible. Had that stretch not happened when it did, I think we could have covered that game. I'll eat it. I like the game. I'd play it again tomorrow. So, but the top play of the day was the Grizzlies and the Hawks under 240 points, and that was an easy blowout win. For 3 days straight now, we have had underplays that have not even come close to their total. 25 points on this one. Yesterday was 40-something points, or was it 40 points or 45 points? The day before that, it was in the 20s. Guys, I don't, people can talk shit all they want. My biggest fan out there that obsesses over me and creates fake accounts every day just to troll me on YouTube and try to say that I suck at this sport because that's the particular sport that that person might be winning in at that time. It's just, I don't get it. I didn't know that's what grown men did, but hey, I guess it's 2020. But if you can't read into this stuff, and if you're having somebody tell you to play overs just because it's the Rockets or just because it's the Hawks, they're not an expert. I don't care how many points they score and how often they do it. There are times where points aren't going to get scored. Three days in a row, I've shown you guys that for the last week, we have been murdering NBA unders like it's nobody's business. I've played a season worth of unders in the past 2 weeks alone, and we are killing them. So, anyway, good day there. 1-1, but we had the top play, so we actually picked up 2 units. Profitable in college basketball. We went 1-1, dropped about a quarter of a unit just because of juice in the NHL. So, another good day, guys. Another day of profit. Obviously, it would have been a lot better had Baylor been able to do what a number 1 team should have done. But again, they were never the best team in the country anyway. And as much people want to say that I'm just hating on Baylor, I'm not. I'm stating facts. And you can argue with it if you want to now. You were wrong before. You're most certainly wrong now. But anyway, so let's get on a free play. I'm going to give you another under. I'm going to give you an under that there was 2 unders that stepped out to me as soon as I looked at the NBA card. And again, one of them I have not played yet because I want to look at full player reports, like individual reports. So this will be a decision before I actually post my card as to whether or not it makes the cut, one of which I've already played. Before I started this video, I played 1,100 to win a dime on 5 dimes for this game. So I am taking the Pelicans and the Timberwolves under 248 total points. Again, we're talking about 2 teams that score points. Obviously, Timberwolves not as much. They're struggling, but don't get it twisted. The Timberwolves, if there's not good perimeter defense on them, can get just as hot as anybody from outside. And we know what the Pelicans can do with Zion. And Ingram, but here's what you don't understand about the Pelicans if you're thinking that all they do is score points. When they score all those points, they're having to keep pace with other teams that run them and gun them. The Timberwolves aren't that team as much as they want to try to be. They're not going to be able to drive in on Zion. They're going to be forced to take outside shots, and I don't think they're going to be very successful at it. They'll have times, but I do not think that they're going to go out from beyond the arc and light it up so much that we're talking 250 points. The other thing is, I do think that if New Orleans is able to, bridge a gap in between these two teams to where they've got a little bit of playroom where your three main guys can rest a little bit, what you're going to see is, Ingram will be your outside guy. Zion will be your in the middle guy, obviously, and you've got Lonzo Ball that'll be out there moving the ball. That's about all he's good for, is making sure that open people get the ball. So he's good for that. He knows how to move the ball to the right people. That burns clock. Zion wants to go on the inside. That's going to burn clock. Timberwolves are going to try to go on the inside too. They're going to be unsuccessful. So I think a lot more clock's going to get burnt than you would have seen against the Lakers. And that's another thing. They may have had the day off the day before, but you came off of 2 games against LeBron James and Anthony Davis this week, in which both of them were hard-fought games, and they beat you. And especially people like Zion had to go play literally the game of their lives. So do not think that this is a team, travel, no travel, day off, no day off, that is not fatigued. Because they are. They're fatigued mentally, physically. They're probably sore and beat up a little bit. So they're going to move slower. They're going to burn clock. They're going to rest players and rotate players more. And the Timberwolves are going to continue to struggle as a whole like they have here recently. And truth be told, 248 is just too much. I mean, when I broke this game down, and I think it could even go below this, when I broke it down, initially, if everything was as it has been this season, the best that it could be, I only came up with 241. You take everything into account, what's gone on this past week, the last 3 games for each team, I came up with 232 and a half. I mean, we're talking damn near 20 points again, and it would not surprise me to see this game be a 220, 225 total game. I don't think that it should be. I think that this is, a team that should get to 235, 240, 230 to 235, but that's still well under what they've got it at. I'm not buying 248. Obviously, I know it can happen. It's the NBA. They could score 400 points tomorrow, but I'm going to roll with the under because based on the numbers and what's happened, that is the correct bet. So that is your premium play. Another one to look at, and if you're on my card or you purchase my card, you'll know if I pulled the trigger and wager money on it. Initial glance, I like under 233 with Washington and Sacramento. Again, I need to read individual player reports. I will not place a single penny on it until I have done so. So it will be made before the card goes out, but probably not until then. But at initial glance, if I was forced to go through and pick another game that I wanted to wager on right now blindly, I like the over in that game, and it may very well make the premium cut. So there you go. And I'll tell you another one. It's senior night tomorrow night, and even though Baycott's the only North Carolina Tar Heel who has played every game this season, and he may not play against Wake, Wake's not any good. North Carolina's 5 shots away from being beyond a contender. Wake, they're not going to be able to press through that 3-2 zone in North Carolina. Cole Anthony is going to dismantle that team when it comes to point. They're going to draw a lot of fouls, mainly on Cole. They are going to embarrass Wake Forest on rebounding. North Carolina out-rebounds everybody. They are going to make it look like Wake Forest didn't know rebounding existed. It's senior night. Some of these guys that went out there thinking that it was going to be a great season because it was projected to be, they have the talent, they didn't have it. This is the last time they get to play at the Dean Smith Center on the Roy Williams Court for the University of North Carolina, other than what's going to happen in the ACC tournament. So do not think that the North Carolina Tar Heels aren't going to put on a show. And I go ahead and tell you right now, you'll see if it's on the premium card or anything, but at the very least for the viewers, a lean. North Carolina, lay the 7, 6.5 if you can get it. I see a couple of those out there. So take the Tar Heels because I I think that they're going to steamroll Wake Forest unless shit just goes south for them. So there you go, guys. Enjoy it. Sorry for the long video, but there's all of your free plays, all of your action. Get on the donation if you can. I appreciate it more than you know. If you do want to take advantage of getting the all access pass for your donation, let me know. The earlier the better, as I'd love to have the 3 people picked by 10 to 10:30 in the morning before I go live, because when I go live I'll be leaving here. And if nobody wants, that's fine. I'm certainly not gonna cry about not giving something away. It's just something that I felt compelled to do. I'd love to do it for someone, but it will take a donation on your end, So let me know, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the long video, but enjoy the free plays, and let's go out there and kill another day. ChaseWins.com. Go get on a package if you are not on one, and be a part of the profit for Wednesday or Tuesday. Excuse me. See you guys.